Hi everybody, my name's Serena and I live in a little town of Brookings, South Dakota, which, if you don't know, is a little college town probably about 30 or so miles west of the Minnesota border. So yeah, it's not too far from Minnesota. Yeah, it sucks. There's not much to do here for anybody. It's pretty much like a retirement community. Okay, enough said. If you haven't guessed or you don't know, I am a male to female transsexual or transgendered girl, whatever you want to call it. It's really, really hard for me to admit that, and I don't really tell a lot of people, but I'm doing this vlog because I've seen like a lot of girls out there that have been doing things like this, especially Erin's vlogs. There's not very many, but they're really, really good. And I just thought this is a great way to kind of get out and see people you wouldn't normally see and kind of get exposure and stuff like that, which is something I really need because, yeah, I don't get out much. I kind of work nights and, you know, I really am kind of sleeping when things are, either sleeping or at work when things are happening. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, my parents, they hate it, and they're like so against it, and they're getting better, but it's still not where I'd like it to be. I mean, it used to be like a taboo subject, like nobody would talk about it. I mean, it was always just there under the surface, and no one would speak of it, but everyone knew it was there. And now they're kind of opening up and talking to me about it more and, you know, trying to get some understanding. It's not where I'd like it to be, but yeah, anyway. So I'm kind of like playing a little game with, like, you know, doing the whole androgyny thing. Not right now because no one's home. And by the way, this is my parents' house. Sad but true. Yeah. I live at home right now because, yeah, it's kind of hard for me to find people to live with. And plus, you know, considering my circumstances, I kind of need the money. Don't really want to pay rent, so yeah. That's a sad but true fact. Yeah, and they're kind of doing this whole like remodeling thing. So yeah, there's kind of things in odd areas, you know. Dining room table just behind me here, over there, yeah. And this stuff here, yeah, whatever. But that's my couch. Birthday present for when I do move out. Yeah, and that's my table too, because for when I move out, whenever that is. Hopefully soon. Yeah, and if you haven't picked up on it yet, I kind of lose my train of thought easily. Yeah, I can be like a real ditz sometimes. So yeah, I got some music playing in the background to entertain everyone while I'm trying to gather my thoughts. Yeah. My interests are music. Obviously, I got the music playing in the background, and it's usually really weird stuff, like, you know, video game music. I'm a huge geek. And like anime music, because that's another one of my like interests. I'm like really into animation and anime. Anime, if you don't know, is like animation from Japan, so yeah. Anyway, really into that. Probably not as much as some people, but, you know, gotta start somewhere. Other interests are computers. Obviously, I really need to stop wobbling in my chair like that. Yeah, so computers. The one I'm using now is basically, I kind of bought everything online and then had a friend that I trust kind of put it all together for me while I watched intently, so, you know, I can do it myself and not be such a pain in the butt all the time. Video games. I'm huge into video games. Like, Lara Croft is like my hero. I know she's not real, but, you know, if I could be like her, that'd be awesome. And not just because of the way she's built, it's just because, you know, when I was like a little kid, I was into archaeology and all that. And so that would be cool. Yeah, but like I said, I'm a huge, huge geek. Like, my favorite movies are like Star Wars sagas and like Lord of the Rings and Spider-Man, like all these really like geek movies. Not to like slander any geeks or anything. I think geeks are cool. But yeah, that's kind of me in the nutshell. Oh, martial arts. I love martial arts. Like when I was a kid, I always wanted to be like in martial arts, and like my parents would never let me because they thought I'd probably like lose my temper and kill somebody. But actually the opposite happened. It's like as soon as I like knew what I was capable of, I didn't think I had to prove myself to anybody. And so yeah. One bad thing about Taekwondo is, yeah, I got my nose broken in a tournament. So yeah, kind of did some bad things and some damage to it that's still visible even today. But you know, maybe someday I can like get rhinoplasty and get that taken care of. It's only like, you know, $1,000. So yeah. The only thing I'm really trying to do right now is move out of my parents' house, get my own place. I had my own place before, and my roommate was pretty understanding for the most part, but yeah, after about, a year living with each other, we started to hate each other. Really, really bad. Yeah, knives came out, and I'm not speaking figuratively. Yeah, there were knives involved. Anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to move out, but it's kind of a delicate situation, because, yeah, it's going to take a very, very particular person to be able to stomach living with me. Not that I'm like a bad person or a horrible roommate or anything. I mean, it's just like I'm like pretty insufferably clean, if you want to say. I mean, I don't do a lot of dusting, but I mean, I don't leave junk laying around. I like everything to have its place. And, you know, when I do get around to dusting, if I move things, there's like this perfect outline of where whatever was sitting there was, because I mean, it never ever moves. And if people borrow my stuff, I like it put back promptly where it was when I put it there. And yeah, my old roommate didn't really do that too well. So yeah, there's a few people that I think I could live with pretty comfortably, but you know, it's all kind of up in the air right now. Just gotta move out this summer. I tried going to Orlando last summer, but I kind of thought that, you know, once I got there, things would fall into place and I'd get my own apartment. Well, I got there, but no apartment. Yeah, so I pretty much had to come back because my dad was helping me and he only had like a week's vacation, so if I could have stayed longer, I probably could have found someplace. But I don't know, it just seemed like people were really, really rude down there. I mean, I don't bother about people being rude, and people are rude to me all the time, coming up and asking me what gender I am. I mean, you know, got to the point where I started telling everybody that I was a pumpkin, just so they'd leave me alone. You know, I consider myself a nice and happy person, but seriously, I mean, be gentle. I mean, that's the one thing I hope if I get comments to my little vlogs here, that everyone will be gentle, because yeah, I can be pretty self-conscious about my image. You know, it takes me a long time to actually get the courage to do something like this. So yeah, I hope everyone will keep that in mind. I mean, I know there's no hope for people that just see me on the street and stuff, but still, yeah. Anyway, before I run out of time, I'm going to try and keep doing these like on a regular basis. It's kind of hard because I work nights, and doing it during the day is kind of hard for me because I'm usually not awake at this hour. It's only like, you know, almost 9 o'clock, so yeah. But I can do them after work, whatever. But I mean, if there's any questions or anything, don't feel afraid that you have to, you know, just go ahead and message me and ask, and I'll type out a message if need be and get back to you. I'm kind of, you know, obsessive about checking my messages, but not always obsessive about answering. But anyway, yeah, just no politics or religion, please, because yeah, battles start that way. Anyway, yeah, so I'll try to do another soon. Bye.